What is your NSFW secret that you are proud of? I was on a date with a girl probably out of my league. We eventually made it to a park and strolled onto a small bridge. There was a rushing stream below us and it was nighttime, so no one was there next to us. Hearing all the water below really made me have to pee. Like, really bad. So as both of us were leaning over the rail watching the stream, I quietly unzip and whip out my willy. I pee down as support to minimize the splashing. The relief I felt was orgasmic. 8/10 would do again. Got together with a girl who was also in second year at university with me. It was pretty carnal. We were really attracted to one another and hooked up often and aggressively. It was hot. Anyway, one of the first few times we got together she invited me over. I went into her room and she had a red, sheer, satin sheet thrown over her lampshade casting a red hue to the room. She had high thread count Egyptian cotton sheets and tons of pillows on her bed. She also had, beside the bed, a bowl of mixed fruit. We made F and afterwards I lay back in the afterglow of the fun onto a mountain of pillows with her draped, naked, across me laying on my chest amidst expensive cotton sheets and she began to effing feed me fruit from the fruit bowl. Like actually holding cherries up for me to bite off the stem. I felt like a reffing sultan. It was amazing. I fingered two of my sister's best friends at the same time in a field, akimbo style. My wife and I put a penny in a bank every time we have S. I know the exact number of times I've had S in my life, because I've only ever had S with my wife. I have a wheat penny tattoo on my right leg that I got on our anniversary, I think 6th year. We also know how many times it took to conceive our 2 kids, because we use nickels for one and dimes for the other. We count pennies every anniversary and write down totals and average for the year. Some people know this story, including friends at work, but it's not something I'd say is 100% safe for work. In high school me and my best friend challenged a girl to a competition on who could come the most in one day using an honor system. I lost it 7 times, Buddy got to 11, and she beat us both at 26. To this day I regret not stating in the rules no vibrators allowed. The first time I came home on leave from the army I hadn't seen my wife in 7 months. We stayed at my parents' house. She had moved in with her mother in that time to save money. My parents went out the first night we were there to see a movie without us, in a kind of wink wink nod nod situation. I had been in an incredibly stressful environment for 7 months without seeing my wife. I was also now highly physically fit. I EF'd that girl so hard I broke my cherry wood bed frame and the bed collapsed underneath us. I was pretty busy that week and forgot to fix it before I left for Germany. The first phone call to my dad he said, "Oh yeah," laughing, "I fixed your bed frame for you. I don't know what you did to that poor girl, but I hope she's alright." More laughing. The other night this guy I'm seeing and I had such great S that after we climaxed at the end we literally fell asleep right away. I woke up an hour later literally still on top of him. I thought that was just something that happened in crap romance novels. I once had to call into court as a witness for an altercation that happened at my work. I was placed under oath over the phone. My girlfriend at the time blew me the entire time. Was offered S by a sales rep who looked like Finn Jessica Simpson and turned her down because I had recently started dating the woman who would be my wife. Kissed me in front of the whole bar, bit my lip, and when I pulled her out of there to talk her down, she grabbed my junk and told me where she'd like to put it. Stayed true to my girl, married her, and we are celebrating our 6th anniversary this year. I'm really good at unhooking bras with one hand, although weirdly it has to be with my non-dominant hand. I broke a sink in a bar bathroom while having S with my now wife back when we were in college. I'm currently in a friends with benefits situation with one of my senior manager. It started with a drunken night out and now we F pretty much every day. It's quite awkward in the office because she is my boss's boss and during our business review meetings my face goes red when she asks me something. I once shagged a girl who worked in post delivery. While I was signing the delivery she said something in my house smelled nice. I had just made coffee and wanted to offer her a cup, so I said I know, you wanna come in, which she did. She grabbed my crotch within 10 seconds, and then my brain went F it, let's do this I guess. She didn't get to drinking any coffee though. When I was in college, I lived in a dorm that had a pool table room. One night, I was drunk with my then boyfriend, and we stumbled in there at around 3 AM to have S. We ended up stripping down totally, not really caring about our nudity, since the dorm was dead that night. While we were doing the deed, we ended up on the ground on the non-door facing side of the table, and almost immediately, someone opens the door and turns the light on. X and I freeze. I turn my head to look under the table, and see their feet freeze as they see our clothes scattered everywhere. Not a noise was made, no one moved, complete awkwardness for what felt like forever, about 7 seconds. The other guy just turned the light off and backed out, and we never got caught. Edit. Okay, we got caught obviously, but I more meant that they never found out who we were. Trust me, we would have heard it from someone in the dorm. I fingered my GF while we were in a bus. The bus was quite full, and she was the one who dared me to try something naughty, and she almost got us caught too. Maybe somebody noticed, but didn't want to bother. My GF put a grapefruit on my wang once. I have to delete this before she sees it. On our honeymoon, my wife gave me a BJ while I was standing at the window to our hotel room, looking out over Niagara Falls, Canadian side. To this day, I'm proud to say that I've received a BJ while looking down on one of the natural wonders of the world. Edit. For those suggesting that I add the remaining natural wonders to my bucket list, I'm afraid I have to disappoint you. A bout with cancer and complications from a 22-hour surgery to remove the tumor has resulted in some plumbing problems, among which are inability to get an erection. So, while I have some very nice memories of S, that's about it. There won't be any new ones anytime soon. I EFT my then girlfriend now wife on the conference room table of an old job one night. Boss held a training class in there the next day. Edit. I'm so very thankful that, to my knowledge, none of my family or friends are on Reddit. My wife would be horrified to know thousands of people had seen this post. When I was in college, I worked at a vet clinic. I'd go in on weekends to take care of the boarders and I'd generally go in myself. My girlfriend would join from time to time to play with the puppies. We EFD on my boss desk, in the hallway, and on the surgery table, which I tied her to. We're married now. I was in a poly relationship for a year and a half. Myself, my girlfriend, and her girlfriend / our roommate. The only S I had for a year and a half was threesomes, but there was one time I'm particularly proud of. The three of us took a summer camping trip to my favorite spot in the Catskills. There's a hike up a stream through the mountains that ends at a waterfall with a big swimming hole. I have a bit of a thing for effing outdoors, and the ladies were feeling it too. So we found a big flat rock and went to town, totally naked, out in the open, the roar of the waterfall mixing with our sounds of pleasure. And then we went swimming. It was pretty effing excellent. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and sub to Reddit Storyteller. Thanks, bye.